a lot of people who struggle with weight loss, they also struggle with mental health, or they put on the weight because they are struggling with mental health
Yeah.
problems. What advice do you have in terms of how people can start to improve their mental health?
The first thing I would say is it's okay. If no matter how you're feeling, it's okay. And that is something people don't say enough. Our generation in particular has a massive tendency to put on a mask and to try and kind of fake it till you make it. Not only like in every facet of life, to the extent that when you ask someone how they're doing, the instant reaction is, "I'm fine, I'm all right." Whereas there's no room for honesty anymore. And what that meant is I wore a mask for years. Um, and I'd kind of be out and about, smile on my face, and inside I was not the happiest looking back now. But because I wore a mask, I refused to accept how I was feeling in and of myself. And I think acceptance is the first step to kind of to then learning how to better your mental health. Because if you don't accept how you're feeling, you don't realize there's something to improve upon. It's the same with weight loss. Until I got injured and I accepted that I was really, really like overweight and pretty unhealthy. For the years before that, I didn't see there was a problem. I just saw that's me. And it's only when I accepted that I could then work towards losing weight. And it's the same. When I accepted that my mental health wasn't the best, I could then talk to people about it and work out what is the best way for me to work towards bettering that. So I think acceptance is the first part. The second thing, kind of key piece of advice, is it's not a linear process. There will be days where you feel on top of the world, and there'll be days where you just want to sit in bed and not do anything. And both of those are completely acceptable. That is okay. That is part of the process. And if you look at those bad days in isolation, it could look like you're not progressing. And it's only when you zoom out and you realize that how often those bad days come about is getting further and further and further apart. That's when you realize how progress is going. And it can be really, really hard when you start trying to work on something and not see the progress. But you kind of don't see the progress until you see the progress, if that makes sense. And it's kind of similar with weight loss. Again, there's kind of a lot of overlap, I've found, at least, with both of these things. But that's I guess what I'd say is, firstly, it is okay to feel how you're feeling, even though society says that it's not, and even though it's hard to be open about how you're feeling. It is okay to feel how you're feeling and be open about it. And once you accept how you're feeling and accept that is part of you at this time, you can then work towards tangibly what is going to work for me to better my mental health. Is it being more sociable? Is it journaling? Is it pushing myself out of my comfort zone a little bit? Or is it finding a healthy way to process things? Whatever that is, whatever works for you, that is fine. But acceptance and just learning that is part of the process is definitely the most important thing, I think.
Thanks so much for watching this clip. Since you got to the very end, you obviously liked it, so you may love the full episode of the podcast. So we linked it right here for you to easily access it. Go ahead and click this. I'll see you over there. Peace.